Hey, listen, I have some pictures of you wearing some shit, bro.
Whoa. Back with the man cave. We got two Dominicans and a Puerto Rican talking shit about what's going on with this Katt Williams. Katt Williams is just, Shannon Sharp. I don't know what he's going on with that YouTube channel. 30 million views already. It's crazy.
That's the highest podcast he's done.
That's the most views. 30 million views in like 3 days. That's wild. So,
for sure.
Obviously, Katt Williams covered a lot of ground in this interview, but I wanted to talk and get your opinion on something he said very specific. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
I told you he wasn't gonna wear no dress until they offered him the dress, and then he put it on. And what did he say after he wore it? I made my own decision. Duh. But you didn't make it before they brought it up, did you? It's okay.
All right, so there's this narrative that's going around, right? That in order to get to the higher levels of the industry, you got to wear a dress, right? You see, and I guess you can point out a lot of comedic actors that wear dresses, right? You know, you got the Tyler Perrys, you got Eddie Murphy, you got countless of actors that do this. But this is, for me, how I attack this. I don't think there's a conspiracy. I don't think there's any Illuminati thing. I think this is just, for me, it's just sort of lazy comedy. And I don't want to really say lazy comedy because there have been some comedies where like a man dresses up like a woman and it's hilarious. You know, White Chicks was hilarious. Some people say Miss Doubtfire. And again, like, this isn't even targeted towards a specific minority. There are countless of actors, white actors, that have gone sort of like in drag, right?
Yeah, but you know what they say about conspiracies?
Yeah, but
they're
I
already,
think you said it, though.
yeah.
There's a lot of
they're crazy until a crazy person. Oh yeah, you just
exactly.
happen to be right.
Listen, we're at a day and age that conspiracy is no longer a conspiracy. I mean, every conspiracy has some type of truth to it, whether that's somebody speculating or, you know, I saw this, I see that, but I feel like we're at a point where we have to look into everything because, you know, for example, look at The Rock, right? He was the perfect example of the most masculine man out there right now, right? His career catapulted, not after wrestling, not after that. What was his first movie before his career really took off and he went into the film industry? Let me give you a little.
Wait, whoa! Let me guess.
Oh,
because
no.
He had some
you
bangers.
You have the dates wrong. He was playing the fucking what's that movie? The Scorpion King.
No, what
Scorpion King.
Those were all mediocre movies that didn't really pop off like that.
Wait, for some reason I was thinking about Arnold. You're talking about
Scorpion King.
Let me give you the answer to that. He did the Tooth.
So you think Carl's gonna bring up the movie when he was
once he did the Tooth Fairy?
There you go.
He went boom, catapulted.
No.
Yes.
He was a good movie, bro.
The Ballers, I think it was. And then after that, he was everywhere, bro. He was working on 5 to 6 movies at a time. But again, that's just me.
I think you're stretching it, bro. But
I mean, hey, listen, I'm not the only one that's thinking this. Trust me. And this is a reason why we're discussing it right now. Is because the stuff that we're about to discuss regarding the clip. Go ahead, play the clip.
Let's put in another clip, right? We'll put in another clip.
Yeah, you do
and
that.
This one is Katt Williams, right? He mentioned this again 10 years ago, right? So he brings this up a lot. It was
a recent controversy online. I know you don't spend all your time online about
scary
Kevin
movie.
Hart,
look at that. That's old.
Classic.
Wearing a dress in the SNL skit. And Dave Chappelle spoke about that as a comedian. Black actors are always, being asked to wear dresses. Have you ran into that? And what do you think about that whole Illuminati theory that people put out there about that?
Well,
thanks for that softball question.
He doesn't got to talk.
It's two answers. First of all, let's be very, very clear.
Let's see what he says.
It is possible that there isn't anything funnier than a guy in a dress. And if that's the case, then it might also be said that there's nothing funnier than a black guy in a dress. Okay, well, I watched all of my friends throughout my entire life be able to dunk a basketball, but not me. So everybody can't do everything. So, you know, some of us make choices. I think it's not a biggest choice for others. I'm saying at the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress wearing people before him. So now we had Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Medea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next.
Okay.
So that was 10 years ago. This was even before, you know, the Kevin Hart skit that just came out with him in a dress. But again, I think like there's not only a narrative, and I think it's completely false. There's a narrative that the industry is trying to dehumanize or demasculate not just men, but black men specifically. But we'll target like just men, like for some reason.
Okay. So, do you think it is an overcorrection on the transgender movement, where they're trying to push this narrative with the men in the dress, especially black men, to show that, hey, even though you're black, in the culture wise with Hispanics, black men is like machista, macho man, and becoming a transgender in our culture is like really frowned upon.
No.
So you think they're trying to make it more? How to make it more acceptable? They're trying to normalize it.
Yeah.
No, that's not it. In my opinion, I don't even think it's about that. I think it's just about the fact that, listen, the quote unquote Illuminati owns Hollywood and things like that. It's not so much about going the transgender route. It's more about just humiliating somebody. It's more like, listen, we're gonna give you everything you want, but at the end of the day, we're gonna tell you what to do. It's just that simple. And if you don't want to do this, you're not gonna proceed in your career.
Yeah,
and
but
that's what they're talking about.
So if that's the case, Dave Chappelle wouldn't have a platform now.
This is the reason why Dave Chappelle, and again, I mentioned in the previous video, this is the reason why Dave Chappelle said no to the $50 million, because they wanted to humiliate.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have a platform right now.
Humiliate this dude. He said, I would do anything, but I'm doing it my way. I'm not going to go your way.
I understand, but I'm saying, if that's the case, if they want to humiliate you, if Illuminati has all this power, he wouldn't have a platform at all right now. Not even with Netflix, he wouldn't have anything right now.
And that's true. There are a lot of actors that never had to dress up like a woman. Keep in mind, dressing up like a woman is practically only seen in comedies. For me, I think that is just sort of like a safe bet in terms of comedy. It's sort of like an ironic. It's not even
funny.
So, I mean, right. So there's going to be a huge audience of people that won't think that a man in a dress is funny. And a lot of the times you're going to see these movies bomb, right? They bomb. The Tooth Fairy, that bombed. Some of the, I'm not sure if Big Mama's House 2 and 3 were like, phenomenal. Like they made money.
The first one's still the best one.
The first one made a lot of money because it's, every once in a while it is fresh, in the sense of like, oh, that's funny. A masculine man in a dress, like that's funny. The situation is funny for a lot of people. And I think it's not any sort of like initiation with the Illuminati or like, oh, you can't be big unless you wear a dress. I think that because these specific actors are in comedy, one of the sort of the lazy tropes or the safe bets in comedy is this specific thing like, oh yeah, man in the dress, that's funny. You should do that. You should have that on your resume.
It's all right. So it's not just about the whole dress thing. I'm obviously the Kevin Hart interview. He specifically says that when he played, when he played the pimp in Black Friday, the original character, he was 100% supposed to get in the bathroom. He said, "I'm not doing that part if that's going to happen
because it's not funny." Right? It's not funny.
It's not funny, but the fact that they tried to implement that into that character, that alone,
I agree with that standpoint that he stood his ground and said, look, this sort of event happening to a man, let alone anyone else, is not funny at all under any circumstance. And I personally agree. I'm like, you know what? He's right. You don't need to add that. That's not funny. But in terms of like this whole wearing a dress, it's not it's not as like detrimental like psychologically as that other event that he was referring to. Yeah, so for me, it's there is a difference between him saying no to the dress and him saying no to SA, because SA is a completely different category, right?
It's traumatizing.
It is traumatizing, but is it traumatizing for a man to wear a dress and try to make fun of women's stereotypes?
Well, it depends.
Because that's
depends on what your values are.
Because
if your values are not to wear that, it will be traumatizing to you.
Yeah, but look at White Chicks.
Yeah,
that you can't say that movie wasn't hilarious. Not only they were wearing dresses, right? But they were making fun of like female stereotypes, right? And that was inherently funny. It was just like, it was hilarious. And of course there was the race situation. But that there are, it is in comedy, in my opinion, sometimes it's like, okay, there's a safe bet. If you want to start in the industry, it's in regards to, I know you brought up The Rock, right?
Yeah.
Now The Rock wanted sort of like, he was following the same steps as Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
And there was
Arnold never wore a dress though.
But he did get pregnant in a movie.
Yeah.
Called, he did. Yeah, you don't remember? You don't know that movie?
So that's even worse. That's even worse. You literally just proved my point, bro.
So, wow. He got pregnant in a movie, and you know what? Because The Rock is huge. The Rock is a big dude. So is Arnold, right? These are big dudes, and it's tough to get into the movie industry at that size. A lot of the times you get typecast as a big dude. If you're like a big dude, you get typecast in funny comedy, right?
Imagine big dude with
listen,
accent.
the fact that you just literally said, listen, he trying to follow Arnold's steps, not by wearing a dress, but literally getting pregnant.
No, by doing comedy. By doing comedy. He was following his steps by doing comedy.
By doing comedy at expense of the actor. It's different if we're laughing with the actor than we are laughing at the actor.
Yeah, but Arnold used to say that he used to do comedy movies because he had trouble with his accent. So imagine Arnold trying to do a drama movie with his accent and his body type.
Yeah, but you can be funny without being.
Think about it. It's like that movie that Robin Williams did that got really bad reviews. I forgot what's the name of the movie. Where it's like a drama movie. It's actually a really good movie, actually. But it got bad reviews. People did not like seeing Robin Williams do a drama movie.
Where he's a doctor who helps kids through their cancer. Are you referring to that? Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. And it's a really good movie, but the problem is they kept seeing Robin as a comedian. So even though he's doing a drama movie, they're waiting for him to do a joke.
Yeah. No, you get typecast. Yeah, depending on, like big dudes, big strong dudes, they get typecast. It's like either you play an action star, a ridiculous action star, or you play like a family man, and then they play off like the irony of softening you up, in that comedy.
There's a difference between being soft as a man than being dressed up as a woman and being pregnant as a woman. Come on, there's a big difference, and if you can't see that, that's the issue that we're having right now.
Like I said, I wish
you really think it's you think it's the Illuminati, though? You guys think it's the Illuminati? Like, you gotta wear a dress.
No, but listen, I do believe that there is some type of initiation in order for you to, it's called like a gatekeeper. I mean, look what's going on in the music industry with Diddy, Jay-Z, and all this stuff. If you want to progress,
that's a little bit different, dude.
Do you think Leonardo DiCaprio had to do some sort of initiation?
No, and I'm not saying that.
He has,
but not for that.
Robert Downey Jr.
But listen, not for not. Leonardo, again, it has nothing to do with that. But if you really want to go that route, what's the color of his skin?
What does skin color have to do with it?
It has to do with a lot.
No,
There's
because
more
These,
white
these
people
actors,
wearing
these
dresses
actors are
than
basically saying these actors are basically saying that they really try to humiliate the color of, obviously.
I don't know.
Hispanics, well, not
I
Hispanics,
can
mostly
bring up
like
a list.
full color.
I can bring up a list of plenty
And
of
I'm not
white
saying that
actors.
it's not the outlier.
There's a
But when it's
lot.
coming
Robin
directly,
Williams, Jim
hold on, but
Carrey.
listen.
We can keep going.
but listen,
John
but-
Travolta, Dustin
but when it's
Hoffman,
coming
Jack
directly from these
Lemmon.
actors, is it not at least worth the entertainment aspect of it?
I think they're trying.
Because
Me
you don't really know.
personally,
You're not there.
this is why I see it. This is why I see it. This is how I feel about it. I think they're trying to make feminized minorities masculinity. That's what I think they're trying to do. Because, all right,
Wait, what?
if you see
They're
Jim
trying to
Carrey,
demasculate.
yeah,
yeah,
the
dismasculate
minority.
minorities. Yeah. Think
Yeah.
about it.
I mean,
Think
I'm
about
I'm not even disagreeing with that.
I don't know. I don't know.
Bro.
I don't know. I ain't
Let's
buying
be
it.
real.
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying what you're selling.
You don't buy anything, Jose.
Yeah, again, that's what happens.
Jose's like the Jose. It doesn't.
All of a
Jose
sudden,
can
I
know the
got-
right answer.
I don't know.
Conspiracies all of a sudden tend to not
Jose
be
can know the
conspiracies
right
once it
answer, bro. Jose
What?
can know the right answer, and he'll still be like, "Devil's advocate now, bro."
happens. No, again, listen.
Now,
Conspiracies sometimes tend to be the real thing, as we learned the last.
I
few
just
years.
don't know why the whole woman. Okay, if there is a conspiracy about the men wearing women, why that? It could be so
Well,
many other things.
so,
Why the dress?
Again, so some of the sources that I've looked into, and again, this is for a different time and a different episode, but some of the sources that I looked into basically say that the Illuminati tends to be, quote unquote, how I say this, the right way. I guess homosexual. They like to do things the homosexual way, which is they like to do things according to the total opposite of what God is intended, for things to go. So they want to do the complete opposite of God. So if you're a straight man and you're a man of religion and you're a Christian and stuff like that, they want to do the complete opposite.
But
And
I know gay men that would now wear a dress even if you paid them to.
Yeah, but that's a different thing. I mean, I don't know.
So
Listen, I'm just telling you that if it's coming directly from actors and comedians and rappers and things like that, there's some kind of truth behind it.
yeah, every story has some type of truth, right? New York exists. It doesn't mean Spider-Man exists.
Of
You know,
course.
Like,
sure?
I don't
there's-
want to say
it-
Spider-Man is real.
a lot of good stories will have all bits of truth. Of course, that's not even debatable. But just because there are some elements of truth in a story doesn't make the whole story true.
You're right, but it doesn't mean that we neglect it either.
We don't have to neglect it.
And
No,
that's
but
all.
I just-
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's 100% true. All I am
If
saying
you tell
is
me-
that there might be some truth to it if you got actors, comedians, famous people, everybody talking about it.
It's only
Yeah, but-
comedians.
No,
It's
it's
only
not.
it's
No,
only
it's
in
not. It's
comedies.
not.
It's
It's
only
not.
in comedies. It's only
no,
name
don't
it-
mean comedy too.
it's only
No.
in comedies.
Again, we go back to the music industry. Look what's happening to Diddy. If you go and you look at the Diddy case, he's getting a lot of,
Was he wearing a dress?
no, he's even worse. They're doing like SA on a lot of people. A lot of people.
A lot of dudes.
Same thing with Jay-Z. And the number one thing that they're saying is if you don't go through these gates, you're not going to proceed in your career.
My thing is, right. So remember that old video
That's
of
the
Kanye
next
West, of the Kanye West video about power? That video, the power video, which is like a minute and a half long,
Yeah,
and it has a whole bunch of symbolism and the go and all that shit.
yeah. The devil's
So if the Illuminati wants to push the imagery, you would think they would do it with their imagery, not with some guy wearing a dress.
but that's part of the imagery. Like that's part of the imagery. If you notice the goat that they use in all these music videos tends to have, it's a male goat, tends to have, breasts.
Yeah.
That's part of the imagery. Every music video that's popping out there has what? Checkered floors. What do the checkered floors mean? That's part of the Illuminati symbols.
Wasn't this guy wearing? Wasn't that Bunny wearing a dress like in a red carpet and some shit
Ooh.
with the open back and shit? And they're like, dude, what the fuck are you wearing?
Isn't Bad Bunny the most popular artist right now? Which is the music video that really made him pop off?
I don't know that answer,
The
bro.
one that he wore the entire time as a red dress.
I'm embarrassing all Puerto Ricans right now. I don't know. I'm an embarrassment to all Puerto Ricans. I'm
Yeah, there
sorry.
you go.
You have a comment for that, bro?
I'm
Listen,
sorry.
again,
You know,
I'm not saying it's true,
but
there's
you
a lot of
know,
evidence that could potentially lead that way.
yeah. Well, I mean, my verdict is every time some comedian or some actor who is not that famous,
Oh my God!
he will.
He
He will, and he'll look at the mountaintop and be like, "I'm not up there," and he'll make up some BS, some bullshit. He'll be like, "I'm not up there because
Katt
I'm not
Williams is
doing
alive.
gay shit."
You're basically saying
only
Katt
the
Williams is
people
alive.
at the bottom say
So you're saying
weird
again,
shit like that.
So
Just to make it's a cop out.
Katt Williams is a liar.
It's a cop out.
A
It's
cop
a
out.
cop out.
Can you say that 100% though?
It's an excuse.
But can
for
you
them
say
not
that
being
100%?
It's like Ari Spears saying about the
I
writer.
got a simple question.
Yeah.
Can you actually say that 100% that is a cop out? The answer is
In
no.
my opinion, it's an opinion. I'm stating it as an opinion. An opinion, I'm saying it's a cop out. I think he's shifting like the reason why he's not famous. I'm not famous because I didn't work hard or whatever. I'm not funny. I'm not famous because I didn't wear a dress. You know what? That's a cop out. You're not famous because maybe you're just not that funny or you're hard to work with.
Okay, so for that same perspective, Dave Chappelle is famous. Dave Chappelle is rich. So what is his excuse for not accepting that $50 million? And why he said what he said? How do you debunk that?
I remember.
Hold on.
The interview with Dave Chappelle was about blackface.
He does have the fame.
It was about blackface. It wasn't about the dress. It was about blackface.
It was about blackface.
It was about blackface.
Yeah,
he did not want to do blackface. He said that there was a white guy that was in the studio when he was recording blackface, laughing at him in a way. And he said, dude, I couldn't do it. And he walked out.
Right. And what did I say at the beginning of the podcast? It's not just about putting him in a dress. It's about the humiliation that they have to go through. That's what I said.
Yeah, but Dave Chappelle wasn't a dress. It was about
a dress. It wasn't about a dress.
He was supposed to play. He was supposed to play a black a gypsy or what was it?
Carlos, hold on. But you're missing the point. I never said it was only about a dress. Look at Arnold. He got pregnant, whatever the case was. My only thought was that it was something to humiliate these actors in order for them to proceed. That's it.
I don't think it's a humiliate. I think it's part of comedy.
I mean, that's my opinion.
If you think about comedy, an aspect of comedy is humiliation. In like some level, when you laugh, you're laughing at something that is on some level kind of humiliating. You know what I mean? Like just think about anything that you thought was funny. On some level, it was kind of humiliating at the time. You ever been humiliated? Like, oh my God, that was so embarrassing. Like, you know what happened, and then you look back on it, and then you laugh at it because of how funny it was.
It doesn't have to be homosexually, you know.
It happens all the time with the end of our show.
Yeah. Comedy, there's levels of humility in comedy, especially when you poke fun of yourself. You know, you see a lot of comedians poke fun of themselves. You know,
I agree with that.
So like. Like a lot of comedians, because they're sort of comfortable, right, poking fun of themselves, and then now they're allowed to poke fun of other things. I think that's how they start. Yeah. But so you're convinced that it's all conspiracy, that we should be wearing tinfoil hats and I
should have put mine on today.
my thing is that would be next time. Get that shit ready. My thing is just why the dress. They can do so many other things.
Again,
why the dress?
But I specifically mentioned this earlier, is because it goes against what God wants. That's what I said earlier. And then we're going right back to it. Whether it's pregnant man, whether it's homosexuality, whatever the case is, it's just to do the total opposite of what God is intended to do. That's
I don't know, bro.
That's
we ever blow up,
I've come to after doing my research with different podcasts, different episodes, and different things that I've watched over the years. And every time this shit happens, it happens to be true. You know, that's.
If we ever blow up, bro, I won't see none of y'all guys.
Yes, it happens to be true. We see it more and more. Go ahead, play the Kevin Hart one. I
don't want to see you guys in dresses and shit. We better blow up one day.
No, but play the Kevin Hart one.
The Kevin Hart one?
Yeah, the one that I sent you earlier. Where it says he would never wear a dress, this and that, and all of a sudden, 2 months from there, what was he doing? He came on Saturday Night Live and escaped wearing a dress.
I wonder how much he paid him.
His career again.
I wonder how much he paid him.
But hey, listen, it's all conspiracy for all we know. I don't know. I'm just saying what I see. I'm
I don't know, Carlos.
I'm only talking about what I see.
If I was to offer you $10 million right now, wear a dress.
What happened?
If I was to offer you $10 million right now, wear a dress.
No, I'm not doing it. Why?
10 mil?
No, for what? This is the problem. You gotta sell your dignity, bro. Come on, man.
Everyone has a price. Everyone has a price.
Everyone has a price, Carlos.
Everyone got a price.
Not doing
We just don't know Carlos's price.
Everybody got a price. You're selling your soul, man.
Look, it's $10 million and a dildo. He'll do it.
I'm pretty sure you would accept that 100%. You do that shit for $2 million.
Hell no.
You do that shit for less.
Alpha. I'm
Wait,
alpha.
Hey, listen, I have some pictures of you wearing some shit, bro.
Whoa. We're not gonna bring up that. We're not bringing. Why are you bringing up the past, man?
This dude did it for free. For free.
You don't even need a price.
And you know what? Y'all are laughing because it was funny.
I know.
It was.
Oh, you guys are laughing about it. I didn't wear a dress though. For all y'all watching, I did not wear a dress. All right. I didn't wear no dress. Never in my life have I ever worn a dress. All right?
I beg to differ on that.
Yeah. Bueno. All right.
I haven't seen him in a dress, so I can't say anything.
It's still early, so we'll see.
All right. Well, I'm not convinced that there's an Illuminati conspiracy, trying to get men into dresses in specific comedy roles, right? Carlos obviously doesn't agree. He thinks that there is a conspiracy. He definitely doesn't walk through the ladies' aisles at Macy's, so you definitely won't catch him eyeing those, maybe. And then and then Bias over here, I feel like Bias, you kind of on the fence. I think you see my point a little bit, and then you look at Carlos, you're like, yeah, I might be on the fence. But let us know what you guys think. Do you guys really think that there's a conspiracy? Do you think that there's like some sort of Illuminati or an initiation going around in Hollywood for comedies to dress up as a woman?
That's a cop-out.
And for me, it's a cop-out. But let us know what you think. Subscribe, like the video, and we'll see y'all next time. All right? We out.